Good evening, film aficionados, and welcome to Newcastle After Dark. We are your hosts, the management.
Coming to you from the land of cake eaters and spaghetti benders. Once again, bringing you films that are a feast for the mind.
Tonight's film is 1972's Tales from the Crypt, starring Peter Cushing and Joan Collins.
And it has Patrick McGee.
That's right.
Yeah, you remember Patrick McGee from Mask of Red Death.
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and he's really good in this.
He is.
I mean, really, this has a pretty good cast, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. As well as this is the first film adaptation from the comic book of Tales from the Crypt.
Now, do all 5 stories come from the comics?
Yes, but later on, when they redid Tales from the Crypt for HBO, they only used 2 of the stories, and they revised them somewhat. But tonight, we're bringing you 5 in this movie.
This is an Amicus production. Amicus was kind of the rival to Hammer Films back then.
Yes.
And I think they do a great job with this.
Oh, they do a great job. I just think that they spent their money in other places than special effects.
Well, you know, the blood's not always true to life.
They're probably like, what do you got left in there? Some sauce? Put some sauce on there.
They probably spent everything getting Peter Cushing to come in and Joan Collins.
I'm telling you. Good Lord.
Yeah. So sit back, relax, and enjoy 1972's Tales from the Crypt.
close as you can, please. In the reign of Henry VIII, when the monasteries in England were dissolved and the occupants tortured, beheaded in public or murdered secretly, some went into hiding to worship as they pleased. It is the decaying bodies and skeletons of these religious martyrs that you will see on your tour. These catacombs are dangerous, and I must warn you to stay with me and not lose your way. Please keep close together.
My brooch.
Hmm?
I must have dropped it somewhere. Thank you.
Well, which way shall we go? Well, it's a toss-up. Let's try this way.
Dead end.
Sorry, wrong guess.
Well, there's no way out of here. Let's go back.
There's no way out there.
Who are you?
Where did you come from?
All in good time.
Look, how do we get out of here?
All in good time.
I'm in a hurry.
It can wait.
Well, I'm afraid it can't wait. I have an appointment.
Sit. All of you. Please sit down. Sit down. I assure you I have a purpose.
What purpose?
Why did you come in here?
I don't know. I was just driving by and something made me.
And what are your plans when you leave here?
Plans?
Plans. to Joanne, the best wife in the world. Love from Richard. And a big kiss.
Merry Christmas.
Mummy! Mummy!
Just a minute, darling. Mommy will be right up.
Mummy!
I'm coming, Carol. Carol, darling, what's the matter?
Has Santa come yet?
No, darling, not yet. You be a good girl and go to
Can I
sleep.
see him when he comes?
Well, we'll see. Now, you be a good girl and go to sleep, otherwise Santa won't come.
What's this?
Nothing. It's just a Christmas card from Daddy. All right? Good night.
Good night, Mummy. Night, Daddy.
We interrupt this program for a special announcement. A man described as a homicidal maniac has escaped from the hospital for the criminally insane. He is 6'3" tall, 210 pounds, dark eyes, bald, and may be wearing a Santa Claus costume taken from a shop in Burley. All residents of the county are warned to be on the lookout for this man and to phone the police if they see him. We now continue our program of carols for Christmas Eve.
Nonsense. I have no
Hadn't you? And you?
I'm on my way home to see my wife and children.
And then?
Hmm?
And then? And then?
Well, I'm all set.
Must you go tonight, Carl? Can't you leave it till the morning?
No, I'm afraid I can't. My appointment's in the morning. I'll have to drive all night to make it.
When will you be back?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it works out. I'll phone you.
Did you say goodnight to the kids?
No, I was just going to.
Good night, Daddy.
Goodbye, darling.
Don't forget to ring me when you get there.
I will. Goodbye, darling.
Bye. Drive carefully.
Yes, right.
The removal men came this morning.
Yeah, well, so I see.
Should all be there by the time we get there.
Yeah.
Shame to give up a nice flat like this.
Yes, I know that, darling. But we've both had to give up quite a bit, haven't we? I love you, Susan. You know that, don't you?
Yes, of course I do.
You meet someone and suddenly that's it. I kiss my kids tonight and... Oh, for hell's sake. I mean, it will be worth it, won't it, for both of us?
Of course it will. You are tired. Let me drive.
Yeah, okay. sorry. Bad dream.
Look out!
Susan. Susan, where are you?
Crazy fool! Do you want to get yourself killed?
Darling.
What's the matter then? Look, pull yourself together. What's the matter? Come on now. Susan.
Who is it?
It's me, Carl.
Carl? It can't be.
Can't be? What do you mean?
Carl was...
Where have you been?
Please go away.
Look, I've been worried out of my mind. What's happened? The furniture. I don't understand. How did...
I brought it back. After the crash.
Huh?
And I was blinded.
Blinded?
And Carl was killed.
Huh?
2 years ago.
Ah! I'm sorry. Bad dream.
So that is why you were in a hurry? To leave your wife and children?
What do you mean? How do you... Who are you?
I assure you I have a purpose.
Welcome back. Well, here we had our first two stories. First one being In All Through the House, which was later remade on HBO's Tales from the Crypt. But this one has Joan Collins.
It does have Joan Collins in it.
In her prime.
Yeah. She looked pretty good back then.
She did.
She did 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? You know, a couple points, you know, that kind of grabbed my attention was how white everything was in the house.
Yes.
You know, especially that fireplace.
Good Lord.
Right? I mean, looking, nothing was ever burned. A log was ever burned in there.
Nope.
She's probably swabbing that out.
That's probably why she killed him. She probably had some sort of OCD.
That would have done it to me. You know? I mean, you know, it would have.
Because, you know, she kills him, busts that little fez off his head, and throws him in the basement, and the escaped maniac is at her window.
Right.
And, you know, she can't call the police because that will expose her crime.
Right.
But, as luck would have it, her daughter lets him in.
Lets him in, yeah.
Because it's Santa Claus.
It is Santa Claus. And you know, it's always scary, you know, to think if you walk by an open window,
yes,
something like that, someone could be, you know, peering in at you.
Yeah, I think about it. I don't like that.
No.
Put some curtains on there.
I don't like it either.
But you know, we get to our second story, A Reflection of Death. And here we have a older man, you know, dipping out on his family, go be with his fine young piece.
Yep.
And you know, he goes over to her apartment, her flat that he's paying for.
Yep.
And they're gonna elope. Is that what you call it when you run away with your girlfriend?
I guess so. Yeah.
And you know, they're driving down the road, and he's letting her drive, and you know, she looked pretty good.
She does. Yeah,
you know,
she does.
What does she see in an old codger like that?
Well, you know, she's in it for the Tubmans.
She's stacking them Tubmans,
right?
I'm telling
you. Yeah.
And my man is sleeping.
He has a bad dream.
And he grabs the wheel.
Right. Down the hill they go.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when he gains consciousness, he climbs out of the car and climbs up the hill, and everybody is startled by him.
Yeah.
So where does he go?
Well, he heads back to his wife's house.
Right. And there's a different name on the door. And some big fat slob sitting on his couch.
Yeah. Yeah, she's shacked up with somebody new.
Yep. So he rolls on to his girlfriend's house. And
well, apparently she's been blinded from the accident.
Yes.
You know? And sees his reflection and realizes he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't just startled by the horrible hairdo that he has.
No. It was a little more than that, wasn't it?
I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been startled by that fancy cane she had for being blind, because, man, that thing was expensive.
Oh, I know. It was all ornate.
I'm telling you, encrusted in jewels.
It was nice. It was nice. And, you know, neither one of these are, you know, extremely gory but good stories.
Good stories.
Good stories.
Macabre.
You know, they both have, you know, some kind of marital discourse.
Yes.
To both of them, don't they?
Yes.
And the first story was, as a comic, was originally from what year?
I think 1954.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think about that. I mean, that was kind of taboo.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. You didn't have a whole lot of twisted tales of Christmas.
No, not at all.
No.
So
let's get back to Tales from the Crypt.
What sort of game are you playing?
Game?
You're trying to frighten us in some way. What do you want?
To show you something. Something in your own mind. Something you are capable of doing.
I don't want to know.
Oh, but you must know.
You must.
You know Punch, though. He's very nice, isn't he? I know some of you have to get home rather soon, so there's your little present, my dear. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Grimsdyke.
That's all right. Now, shall I tell you something? My wife's name is Helen. Mary Helen Grimsdyke. I always call her Helen. It's a nice name, isn't it? Bye-bye, then.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Julie.
Come sit here. Bye-bye, Mark. Bye-bye, Julie. Two little dicky birds sitting on a wall. One named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter. Come back, Paul. That's it. You think you could do that?
What are you looking at?
Grimsdyke, of course. His usual shell out to the kids. He does it every year on his birthday. I don't know how you stand it.
Stand what?
Living across the road from that man. He's a rubbish collector, a dustman, places an eyesore. The toys he gives those kids, he finds in the rubbish heap and repairs. Why doesn't he sell out?
I've made him offers. He's sentimental about that old dump. Says he and his wife lived there for their whole married life, and now he wants to die there. Just as she did.
Well, it ruins the neighborhood and depreciates the value of our property. The inside must be like a pigsty.
He owns the place free and clear. There's nothing we can do about it.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Shut the gate. Bye-bye.
Isn't there?
What on earth have you been doing?
Somebody just made an awful mess of Mr. Baker's garden. Poor Grimsdyke's neighbor. He was so proud of his prize roses.
My prize roses. Years of hard work. It's Grimsdyke's dogs for sure. This is too much. I'd like to make an official complaint.
Oh, but you mustn't take them away. They're my friends. Sergeant, please.
It's a court order and they don't have licenses.
Oh, I couldn't afford licenses.
Grimsdyke.
Sergeant, please. Darling? Darling? Are you there, darling? Are you there, darling? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is there anything you wish to tell me? Give me the message.
one of the children? Who to?
Well, just think it over, Councillor Ramsey.
Grimsdyke's due to retire in 2 years. He's done his job well. There's no reason why the town council should...
Too old. Did you think a younger man?
He'd lose his retirement pay.
And save the town some money. Poor old Grimsdyke. I do believe he's out of a job.
Flowers a little wilted, aren't they, my dear? God bless you. Plenty more in the garden. I'll get your son tomorrow.
Oh! Oh, Jamie! Jamie, my little Jamie! Oh, I wondered where you were. Oh, I'm so glad they didn't get you.
Welcome home. Oh, better save money now, hadn't we?
Hey, look, Helen, look who's come back. Our little Jamie. Oh, that's wonderful. You're our only friend, huh? You and the children?
We thought it might be neighborly to let you know what was going on.
It's very kind of you to draw our attention to this, Mr. Elliot. It's so difficult to know what one's children get up to when they're out of one's sight. After all, last year, I remember...
You can tell from looking at his house what a filthy old man he is. Constantly filling it with children. Heaven knows what his motivations are.
Now, don't forget what I said. Just stay away from him.
But, Mummy, he's such a nice old man.
Don't argue with me. You're not to see him again, ever.
Why don't you go and play in our garden? And don't take any more sweets from him. Carrying rubbish all day. His hands must be filthy. You and your Mr. Grimsdyke. Now remember, I don't want you to go anywhere near him.
Oh, Mom.
And that's final.
I don't understand it. Everyone was so kind. Now there's no work, no children, no one to make toys for. Oh, never mind. We've always got each other, haven't we, my dear? That's all that matters.
Just one more turn of the screw. And he'll sell his property for next to nothing.
What's on your mind?
Valentine's Day. It's just 2 weeks away.
So?
We'll send him valentines. From everyone in town.
Lots of mail for you today, Mr. Grimsdyke.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Oh, oh, very kind. My dear, look, it's not even Christmas, is it? Not that it makes any difference if it is or not. I wouldn't be writing to it. Let's see how. It's a Valentine card. You're my only sweetheart, goodness me. Noisy are children, loud is a bell, pungent is perfume, but you only smell. Noisy are children, loud is a bell, pungent is perfume, but you only smell. I don't think I like that. Let's see what we have here. A tree is beautiful if its owner prunes it, but our town isn't, because your presence ruined it. Oh. Some people live in the country. Some people live in the town. Why don't you do us a service? Jump in the river.
What's Grimsdyke been doing to that mongrel? He hasn't stopped whining for a week.
You know, come to think of it, I haven't seen Grimsdyke for days. Not since Valentine's Day.
Can't be far away if the door's open.
The place is spotless. I thought it'd be filthy.
But the merciful goodness of the Lord endureth for ever and ever upon them that fear him, and his righteousness upon his children's children. Forasmuch as it hath pleased Almighty God of his great mercy to take unto himself the soul of our dear brother, Arthur Edward Grimsdyke, here departed. We therefore commit his body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. In sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life through our Lord Jesus Christ, who shall change
It was kind of you to pay for the burial.
It was the least I could do.
according to the Almighty
He was a
whereby
neighbor.
he is able to subdue all things to himself.
What's that?
Valentine's cards. The ones left over from last year. When...
She must be a year ago.
Today. St. Valentine's Day. February the 14th. A year ago exactly.
Yeah, well, I'm going to bed. See you in the morning.
You were mean and cruel right from the start. Now you really have no...
It's true. It's true. I don't like Grimsdyke.
What am I doing here?
You'll see.
Well, that's it, Ralph, I'm afraid. It's all gone.
Everything.
More than everything. You have debts. I did warn you, didn't I, not to use money that had been entrusted to you. The risks were far too great.
Risks? The gains could have been enormous. What do I do now?
Well, you have two choices. First, bankruptcy.
And according to you, that would be dishonorable, wouldn't it?
Now, come on, let's face it. You've done dishonorable things in your life before, in your business life.
Hard, ruthless, and perhaps even cruel. Yes, to build up the Jason empire, sometimes I had to be.
No one has to be.
I did. Oh, it's easy to talk, but I had to fight my way up the hard way. If people got hurt, they got hurt. But I always paid my debts. No, I'm not going into bankruptcy.
Well, if you intend to try and pay off your debts, you'll have to start selling things. Things of value. Properties, your paintings, everything.
My house. All the beautiful things I've acquired during the years.
It's the only way.
I won't do it.
I'm afraid you'll have to.
So there's nothing else for it. We have to sell them. Oh, I know it's a blow. Our whole life's in them. Everything we've collected all over the world.
I remember that one. We got it in that strange shop in Hong Kong when you were selling guns too. Do you remember what the little man in the shop said to us when he sold it to us?
Yes. Use it wisely. I wonder what he meant by that.
Ralph, have you ever seen this writing that's inscribed on the bottom of this statuette?
Writing?
Yes, here at the base.
3 wishes I give, and no more, to each owner of me, so keep score. Each wish will come true, so take care what you do. I can't read the rest, but the last word is deplore.
What does it all mean?
Use it wisely.
If only it could give us 3 wishes.
That's storybook nonsense. It reminds me of a tale I once read. What was it?
We could pay all our debts.
The Monkey's Paw. That's what it was.
I wish.
I read it when I was at school.
I wish for lots and lots of money.
Oh, no.
Too late, I already have.
And I've just remembered what happened at the end of the story.
Well, you said yourself it was just a story. Like our 3 wishes.
Hello? Oh, hello, Charles.
I'd like you to come down to my office.
What, right now?
Yes, straight away.
What's it all about?
It's very important.
It's about money. I'd like you to come straight away.
I'll be right there. That's Charles. He wants me to go and see him right away. He said something about money.
Money? Maybe our wish will come true after all.
Yes, speaking.
I'm sorry to tell you, sir, but your client, Ralph Jason, has been killed in a car crash.
In his car?
Yes, on a road about 10 miles from his home.
Well, have you told Enid, Mrs. Jason, yet?
No, not yet. We found some letters from you in his pocket. They indicate that you're not only his solicitor, but a close friend of the family. We thought it better that you break the news.
Yes. Yes, of course. Leave it to me. I'll tell her.
Ralph? Dead?
They found him in the wreckage of his car. He'd obviously lost control, skidded. Enid, this may not be the best moment to talk about this, but it may alleviate some of your other worries. You realize this accident makes you a rich woman.
Rich?
Ralph's insurance. He always carried a large policy with a double indemnity against accident.
Oh, Charles, I wished for lots and lots of money. Ralph warned me not to.
No, that's a coincidence.
No,
surely.
it's no coincidence. That statuette. It gave us 3 wishes. I used one of them to wish for lots and lots of money. Now, I'm going to wish for Ralph back. Charles, do you know the story of the monkey's paw?
That's the story of the old couple who are given a monkey's paw, which entitles them to 3 wishes. They wish for money. And they get the money because their son is killed in a machine in his factory, crushed. Enid, you mustn't wish Ralph back.
Why not?
Well, in the story, this mother wishes her son back, and he does come back, but in the condition in which he died, mutilated, mangled, torn.
I must be careful not to make the same mistake. I shall wish that Ralph were back as he was before the accident. I wish Ralph were back exactly as he was immediately before the accident. quickly.
No, don't look. His body was mangled in the crash.
Mangled? It wasn't mangled. Mr. Jason died of a heart attack at the wheel.
I wished for him back as he was immediately before the accident. But he was already dead. Dead from a heart attack, so the accident didn't kill him. Only one more wish.
Enid.
Please go away. Leave me alone. I want to be alone with him, please. Only one more wish. Only one. I mustn't waste it. I must be careful. Please, please. I wish Ralph were alive now. I don't want him to die ever. I want him moving, breathing, talking, alive. Now, forever.
What's happened? What have you done?
I wished him alive again, forever.
But don't you realize he's been embalmed? His veins are filled with embalming fluid burning into him.
Oh,
I need to do something. For God's sake, Edith, help me.
No, Enid, don't. You wished him alive forever. You can't kill him. Every piece of him is alive still. Alive and suffering. What a...
Well, you know, those last two stories, the first one being Poetic Justice with Peter Cushing, you know, there's a little interesting fact to that one. You know, Peter Cushing had signed on to do this film, and his wife unexpectedly passed away. And he was so bereaved that he had lost so much weight that he actually chose this role other than the one that they originally hired him for. And I think that it is very well portrayed, the loneliness and sadness in Peter Cushing's role.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, this one, well, you know, the neighbors are trying to do away with him. You know, I mean, he's a good friend to the children there.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, had lost his wife, and you know, has his dogs and loves his dogs, and is such a, you know, such a wonderful man of the neighborhood. But you know, they want to do away with him.
Right. And you know, they first have his dogs taken away, and then, you know, they don't let the kids come over there anymore because, you know, he's a creepy old man.
Right.
And, you know, then they send him those Valentine's cards. And, you know, he was so happy to get those cards.
Yeah.
And then as he read them one after another.
Yeah.
You know.
You can just see it in him, in his reading of that. I mean,
Yes.
it's so, you know, it's so moving.
Yes.
It's a little hard to watch.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
But that's the beautiful thing about Tales from the Crypt's stories. There's always a moral outcome.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He comes back on the anniversary of his death.
Yeah. has a little Valentine's Day card of his own.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah, and Peter Cushing, obviously, is
fabulous.
A favorite of mine, but does a great job in that one.
Excellent.
It really does.
Absolutely.
Now the next one, this is the one I remember the most from watching this, and I've seen this when I was young. Is this is kind of loosely based off of the monkey's paw, isn't it?
Yes.
I think they make reference to it or something.
They
right?
do, yes.
And but the whole, as she's wishing him back. Because what she wishes him back the way he was.
Yes.
Right.
Before he died.
Right. And he's embalmed.
Yeah.
Right. And she's, he's just writhing in pain. And she's cutting him up, and everything's still moving because she wished him back forever.
Forever.
That way.
And that lawyer was no help. He's like, "Oh, you messed up now. Oh, Jesus!
I know.
What a mistake."
I know.
She's chopping him up with a sword.
But you think how cool it is. What a good woman he had. I mean, all the things that you could have wished for. Here's your dead husband. He's gone.
You're rich.
You've got another wish. She could have been on the beach in Aruba somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Because once he died, she got all that money.
Right. Right. But what did she wish for?
For him to be back. That's devotion.
Yeah, that is.
And boy, what a terrible ending.
Oh my! That one always bothered me for some reason. I was like, I'm gonna be cremated. My ashes popping around.
I'm hip. I agree. I agree.
So let's get back to the conclusion of Tales from the Crypt.
Well, what did you see? What did he see?
What's more important is what you will see.
Well, who are you? What do you want with us?
To warn you of what may happen.
I don't care about your warnings. I want to get out of here.
Very well, but you should heed the warning.
Mr. Rogers?
Major Rogers. You might show me to my quarters and have something get my kit in, will you? Shane, here. Goodbye. There were pictures on the wall. Where have they gone?
Personal property of your predecessor, sir.
Well, you must get some more. I'll go down to London and have a look around the galleries. Where are the men? The patients?
They've gone to lunch, sir.
You mean dinner, Sergeant?
Bon appetit, Mr. Carter.
Thank you, Harry.
Good morning. My name is Rogers, Major William Rogers. I've been appointed your new superintendent here and take up my duties today. I've had considerable experience in dealing with men as an officer in the army. I promise you I will do this job to the best of my ability. I hope we'll all get along well. If there are any complaints, I shall be pleased to deal with them in my office at any time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, Shane, after I made a few changes, I think we're going to like it here.
Stone cold.
It's always like that now.
All right, old boy. All right. I'll get you an extra blanket.
Yes?
The men have asked me to come and talk to you.
Yes?
It's about the heating. It's been very cold this past few nights. We wondered if you...
For reasons of economy, the heating is now turned off each evening at 2000 hours. You'll all be in bed by then. After all, there's no point in staying up. You can't see anything.
The beds are cold. There aren't enough blankets.
I'm trying to run this place as efficiently and as economically as I can. I'm afraid the current budget does not include the cost of new blankets.
Do you know anything about blind people?
No, I can't say I do until I took over this job. But I was in the army for over 20 years, and I learned to handle all kinds of men there.
With all due respect, sir, we are not soldiers. And blind people are not like people with sight. We have lost one sense, but the loss of that one sense only tends to sharpen the other. Do you know what that means? We feel things more acutely. If food is bad, it tastes worse to us. If a room is dirty, we feel every speck. If an insect scurries across the floor, we hear it. And if it's cold, we feel the cold more. Why don't you sell that painting and buy us fuel or extra blankets?
I was not aware that the administration of expenditure for this establishment had been handed over to you, Mr. Carter. Good morning.
Dishwater.
Filthy muck.
No meat in it.
Sorry, Dad, there ain't no more. No second helping? Well, rations were cut, you see. Superintendent says he's doing the best he can with prices so high.
It's customary to knock on the door of a private office. What do you want? Can't you see I'm having my lunch?
What is it? Nice juicy steak? Well, we get nothing but slop.
Well, I do the best I can for you within the limits of the budget provided for me.
But you eat meat and drink wine?
I am the officer in charge.
This isn't the bloody army.
Mr. Carter, in the kingdom of the blind, even the one-eyed man is king.
Shane!
Shane, stay. Here.
Doctor.
Do you realize it's gone midnight? Doctor. Who wants a doctor?
It's Greenwood, sir.
Well, can't it wait till the morning?
He's ill, sir. Very ill.
Well, I suppose I better take a look. Shane, wait. Blanket. Which one is Greenwood? The man is dead.
Very well.
Shane? 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 What the hell do you think you're doing? Go back to your rooms, all of you.
It's our turn to give the orders now. Major Rogers, sir.
Well, what is it? What do you want? Shane. Shane. All right, boy. All right, boy. What are you doing, my dog? What are you doing with my dog?
Your dog seems to be getting hungry, Major Rogers.
Feed him, please. Please feed him.
All in good time.
Yes, but you must feed him. He'll be dangerous. He'll go wild, berserk.
I know, Major Rogers, sir.
What are you doing out there?
You'll see soon enough.
Look, give me something to eat, please, please. I haven't had anything to eat or drink for over 2 days. Please, please. Well, at least feed my dog, please.
He'll be fed all right. Major Rogers, sir.
What is all this? I'm on my way to a new job. I don't know why I stopped here.
I do. Now you may go.
But how can we? Where are we?
In a place where people go who have died without repentance. You see, I wasn't warning you, but telling you why you are here for all eternity. And now, who's next? Perhaps you?
Well, we have reached the conclusion of Tales from the Crypt. And our final story, Blind Alley, the one with Patrick McGee. You know, it's interesting how the guy that comes in from the military and, you know, decides to run the place, not to the benefit of the blind,
right,
but the benefit of himself. I mean, he's getting some Picassos on the wall,
yeah,
getting some T-bone steaks, you know, getting the dogs some, you know, some good treats and a blanket.
Right.
You know, them guys are eating, you know, dishwater.
Yeah.
They don't got no blankets.
Very little provisions for them.
And he says, you know, blind people might have lost one sense, but they've amplified the others.
Right.
So, you know, they build up the bunker, starve the dog on one end, let my man hang out in that room, and then they let him out. Now, what would you do? If you know, you've been in this room for God knows how long, dog's on the other end, you can't see anything. What would you do?
I don't think that's the way he's thinking.
Right.
I think, he has such a companionship with the dog. He's not even assuming, that the dog is going to attack him.
Right.
I really don't get that feeling in that.
Right.
That that's what he thinks. Me, on the other hand.
Right.
I'd be petrified.
That door be getting shut again.
I
think I'll hang out.
Well,
here.
remember, they shut the door behind him, so
Oh,
he
that's
couldn't go
right.
back.
That's
Remember?
right.
They shut that door behind him, so he has no choice but to go through the maze, doesn't he?
That's right.
Right?
He has to.
He has to go through the maze. He has to make his way through and through the razor blade wall.
And you made a very good point that I didn't catch in all these years, is that those razor blades were there just so the dog would smell blood, taste blood.
Yeah.
And go crazy.
Yeah. As he's trying to shimmy his way through there, he's getting cut.
Right.
And
he was probably thinking, why couldn't I got a Pomeranian?
Right.
What's that going to do?
Right, a little chihuahua.
Yeah, what's it going to do? Chihuahuas are mean.
Well, they are mean, but you might be able to make it back through that. Your ankles tore up. Your calf's hanging loose, but you might make it back, right?
Exactly.
But a dog like that,
you're
no.
done.
And once you try to make it back through the, razor blade wall, you're chip chop.
Yeah, you're chip chop.
You're Isley's.
Exactly. You're some Isley's.
So,
But that's what I was thinking, and then you get back to the the crypt, and the Crypt Keeper tells them, I didn't bring you here to warn you of your fate so you could change your ways. I brought you here because you have no remorse, and they discover that they're in hell.
Right.
So, first of all, to go back to the beginning, are you going on a tour of a crypt, a vault?
I wouldn't be down
Are
there.
you going to the catacombs in France?
No, I'm not.
If you're in France and somebody says, man, here's some free tickets.
Right.
Tour these catacombs. There's a tour guide.
You going down?
Hell no. I'm not.
I'll have some pictures outside. There'll be some pictures of me standing outside. But I'm not going to be down.
No, I think they wrote a book on it, got enough pictures that I'll be satisfied.
You've probably seen everything that you're going to see, even if you went down there. I'm not going.
Yeah, what are you going to write your name on the wall?
The management was here.
Yeah, the management was here.
No, because you know what? Crypt Keeper's after me.
That's right. My luck, even if it wasn't that way, I get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like I turn left at them skeletons, and now I'm lost forever.
You start making your own tour, right? Well, I'm gonna go down this way. I'm gonna check this out. I'm not doing that.
No. I'm not that adventurous.
No, you know what? Me neither.
Now, what if Joan Collins was like, "Come on down, I'll hold your hand."
It'd take the whole Dynasty cast, and even then, I don't think I'm going.
The Dynasty cast from back in the
Right,
day,
from
not
back.
now.
No, from back in the day, and I still don't think I'm going.
Heck no.
No.
Heck no.
Nope. Especially if Joan Collins was there, I was like, I know what happened to you the first time.
That's right. I remember this.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
But we hope you enjoyed 1972's Tales from the Crypt.
It's a great movie.
It is a great
movie. It really
movie.
is, and it's the first, like we said, it's the first to come from that. And I mean, how many others would come from this?
Many.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
And some. I mean, like Creepshow. Creepshow's exceptional.
I like Creepshow.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But once again, they have to begin somewhere.
That's right. And this was it.
This was it.
Well, we thank you for being here with us at Newcastle After Dark. We hope you join us again for the Lost Treasure in Cinema. And until next time, good night.